What's up? It's KOHO. Today we are going through an old beat of mine, do a little remake session of it, analyzing what was working, what wasn't, trying to just polish it up, make it nicer, see how I've grown as a producer. This is something that I took from, 4 years ago now when I started producing music. One of my favorite things that I made from that year I started. I'm not going to torture you with all the other crap that I made because most of it's horrible. That will just die on my hard drive, never to see the light of the day again. But some things worth re-examining and making into finished products. Okay, so this is what the original beat sounds like. Banana sweater weather. I don't know where the hell that name came from, but you can feel the vibe from it. Alright, so like some cool perks, nice roll and groove, little acoustic guitar, some piano, really simple stuff. But like I said, just light and fun. That'd be a good one to break open. I think at this point, I see some different things I could add to it just to kind of vary the arrangement of it, make some of the sections a little clearer and more exciting transitions, things like that. So we're going to go under the hood, we're going to open it up, we're going to just get our hands dirty and see what we can do. All right, so we're in the sesh here. One of the first differences, I wanted the guitars to sound fuller, so I already did just 2 extra background guitar tracks here, these panned right and left tracks, just to add some width to the guitars. Little variety. The other immediate thing that I knew I wanted to change from the original version is that the drums felt a little sloppy. They weren't as tight as I wanted them to be. So I'm going to go into the drum track here and just play with the groove a little bit. So this is on the grid and it sounds way too tight and way too forced. It's pushing too much and this beat just wants to like sit back and roll. So I got to find the right groove for that. Let's see how that sounds. Definitely feels like it's got that lean now, like falls in the pocket a little better. Now I'm gonna focus on this kind of verse section. Like it's a little plain. I basically have the same loop for 16 bars, which is a lot without any variation. So that's definitely something I'm gonna change up here. I think maybe like some kind of pad or strings or something just to add some harmony to this section, lighten it up a little bit and kind of work as like a riser into the next hook. The F drops on that little guitar loop perfectly. I think I'm gonna record that. All right. I want it to be really soft, like just hanging out. I don't want the transients to be as obvious. Cool. I'm going to test it in this middle section, because without it, the point of this hook is like a pullback from all the instrumentation of the verse. So super minimal. Go back to the guitar. Has this like textural foundation. Put a bit of attention because it's so repetitive. Now I want to see if it should stay that minimal or if we're going to add in this pad and see if it elevates it a little bit. Man, now without it just sounds so empty. It's crazy how that happens sometimes. One of the things I've focused on a lot recently is I've realized how much a different atmosphere adds to a track. And it sounds trivial, especially because it's called atmosphere and it's like just the word itself makes it sound like just stuff that's in the background and not part of the actual song itself. But in a full mix, often like it gives your song a sense of place and definitely a sonic foundation. It's like a little bit of glue. It's like a little bit of the broth in a soup, you know, just like it's not actually what you're eating, but it's the thing that holds all the flavor together, you know? So that makes sense. Soup is one of my most common metaphors for making music. So hope you enjoy that. Yeah, we're gonna keep rolling. All right, the next part about this lead-in section is I have no like risers or anything, and I don't know yet if I something simple, something quick like that pulls in right before the downbeat. All right, next I'm gonna work on bringing this top percussion loop out, this kind of this clock thing. Sometimes with top lines like this, I really like to play with phasers and things that kind of move the frequency spectrum around, because there's often not a lot of things going on in the top end of your frequency range, and giving it movement so it can kind of move around within that range gives your ear a lot to listen to then, because it helps fill in that space and add some variety to that range. Do cool movement, a bit of a panning. All right, next mission. Let's see. I'm gonna try layering some drums, see if that gives a little more punch, a little more texture to what's already going on there. Kind of looking for maybe one more kick layer and another snare probably that's got a little more body to it. I have some pretty thin snares right now. Oh my god. What do I have on here right now? This. Yeah, that's like a definitely boom bap hip hop kind of kick. That's a fucking slammer. Can't tell if I just want some low end pump or if I would like this one that's got some nice high end punch to it. Pump or punch? What are we going for? That's the question with kicks. Pump or punch? Yeah, maybe that's got a lot of high end that I don't need. No. But before I count it out, let me try a little filter on it. Yeah, that's feeling a little better to me. Then it gives it some grit without sounding like a whole new sound. I do like that now. And then take it off in the verses here. All right, I like that. Let's try some snares. Don't exactly know what I'm looking for with the snare either yet. I still like some body, like I said before. Maybe something that has maybe a little lower pitch. I'm gonna do it kind of the same thing I did with the kick, but reverse. I don't want as much lows on here. Ooh, creamy. Okay. Maybe right there. Yeah, just a little thump to it. Little thump to it, but I don't need all that low end. Definitely helps the groove a little bit, but I don't know. Yeah, I do like the more laid back sound in this verse though, with the more subdued original 2 snares. So I'm gonna take that off so it'll have some punch through power when the guitars are on, and then a little more muted, a little more laid back in the verse, low key, like the vibe is anyways. Just trying to get these drums to sound more live, seeing if I can, if throwing in some reverb and some delay gives them a little more room and a little more life. Sometimes you play the game of, is it cool or is it just different? Sometimes you get bored with what you're hearing and you switch something up, like I just turn this reverb knob and I'm like, that's interesting. But sometimes you got to check yourself for why you like it, and if it's just because it's different than what your ear's used to and your ear likes the variety or if it's actually adding something. I just had one of those moments right now. Like, is it cool or is it just different and I just want something different right now? And the next thing I might examine is the second verse. It's pretty much exactly the same as the first verse. I just add this little dopey bubble thing. That was my idea of variation when I was making this beat. I was like, I'll just throw that in. Yeah, that's a totally different verse now. What do you think? Maybe some like electric guitar? Okay, maybe. Just by itself. I like that a lot. You know what? I think it's silly not to go back to the hook one more time, man. I think it's silly. I think we need that. It's a short song, like it's 2 minutes 30 seconds, and I at one point was trying to get good at that because I tend to write very long. But you know, fuck it, bro. This could still be a 3-minute song and it's short. This is, 250. And I have the same kind of like outro thing happen. Let's go. All right, I think we're getting somewhere. This feels like a fuller idea now, like a fuller song. Whereas before it was just kind of like a cute beat. Now it feels like it could be a song. I might keep it there for now. I'm gonna roll through it and see how I feel. All right, so I just moved some things around slightly. I kept this high-end guitar at the back, just feels like a nice outro piece. This lower register guitar in the second half of the verse feels like it kind of like deepens the emotion there. So then we come back to the chorus, you can kind of like sail out with that higher end one. Brought in a little riser, little moves. I reintroduced the strings into this part that originally had a drop out. I just felt like it's too empty. Yeah, I'm really liking where this is going. I like that a lot. That was a totally random thing. That's not what I was about planning to just play, but I like what that adds. Is that too nice? Sometimes I don't like a perfect resolution at the end. Like, it's like too happy? Is it too happy? It's like too perfect. I think is what it is. Like, you can be happy without it needing to be perfect, and I think that's the key. Yeah. Dude, I'm feeling way better about this. Like, I feel like a totally different direction I wasn't planning to go in that now I am really feeling. I feel like it's pretty good. Now I'm in the mind space to just play with any extra ideas that I want to entertain, that I have the energy to entertain. See if anything else sticks. If not, I think I might just like make all the tweaks that I feel like it needs to tighten it up. And that might be like as much of an extension of the idea as I need. I like to take little checkpoints basically just to see if I like where I'm at truly. Continue to throw things at it, and if I reach the point where I'm throwing things at it and starts to feel overwhelmed, overcooked, like way too full, then I know this is a perfect time to stop and really examine everything I have, see if there's anything to even like eliminate that's in there, because if you're at the point of saturation, there you might get there before you realize it. And so there might be something you could take out that will make a big difference. Damn, bro. Man, that took it a whole other direction again. Man. I kind of brings out some of the hyper poppiness that I wanted to be in this beat. I can imagine maybe now I'm even like chopping it up after I do this. Fuck. Fuck. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's go. I'm going to just automate this so it starts strong, tails off, comes back again at the start of each phrase. All right. Do another pass through, and I might be through with this, man. Maybe just like tighten up the mix and we'll see. Yeah, damn. All right. I think that's it, man. Feels like a bit of a different track now. Feels like it's got a little more depth to it. Feels like I said before, a fuller song. Like it can hold a fuller song structure in it, whereas before it was just a simple beat idea. You know, added some atmosphere to it, added out, you know, kind of filled out the spectrum with it, and I'm liking it. Thank you guys for watching. If you learned anything, if you enjoyed this, please remember to like and subscribe this video. I'll be making more beat videos like this, in-depth production stuff, as well as just kind of like little vlog beat diaries that I've been doing too. I'll be throwing a bunch of stuff up here, so stick around, and I'll catch you soon. Peace.